quickly made my home at like sort of the Pyramid Club and that whole area. On the wreckage of that, we started the Black Lips group. Black Lips was, as I said, was a laboratory for a lot of different people. So there was a very diverse and not necessarily unified aesthetic to the group, and I was interested in doing something more specific, and with a continuum, maybe with a smaller aesthetic pool that we were drawing from. As soon as I finished school, basically, Johanna flew out from California, and we decided we were going to do a night together. I mean, we'd always had that in our mind. I'd been here already for 2 years, but she came to join me, and then we started the project. The Johnsons originally was me and Johanna, and then we met Julia, and then Julia became like a part of the core group of it too. And then we did a whole series of plays at Mother, and we did one big play at PS122, and then at a certain point in about '97, I decided to really focus on doing concerts, and I assembled the orchestra, and then everything went into a kind of a different direction, because I stopped focusing on doing theatre spectacles and started doing concerts with some tableau involved.
All of the symbols that Antony and Julia being a symbol, I mean, it's speaking about emotions that everyone can understand. I don't think that it's that marginalized. Just the symbols used are.
I mean, I think there's also, I feel like that might be a misperception that those colourful personalities or people that are surrounding the project are a disability to it. I mean, I think that in the context of performance, I think it's colour and it's beauty and it's interesting and it's surprising. I mean, it has really a lot of performative elements that draw people in. So I think, it will attract as many people as it repels. I mean, oftentimes people that are very marginal in society are particularly appreciated under a certain spotlight of the stage. So, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the idea that I mean, I'm probably the most marginal member of the group, honestly. It was really scary because in New York, the group of people that come to the shows are all fags or fag friendly or queer or weird or some, it's just community basically. But in London, it wasn't my audience, and it was Current 93's audience, and it was much straighter, and plus it was a sort of for me, it was very frightening just going back to England and performing, having left there as a kid, and and having sort of come of age and realizing my faggotry and all the rest of it. It was very frightening. I really felt like I was really writhing in shame. Writhing with gay shame is how I described it when I got off the stage. I was wearing that big fluffy top, and I just felt like they may as well have been like all had pea shooters or something, and I just felt like I had egg on my face. I felt so humiliated. But it was just me basically standing there as a huge ponce in front of Great Britain. They were fine. They were all perfectly friendly. There wasn't like there was a terrible backlash to what I was doing, but internally it was a big struggle. I felt like, and so my discourse with my chat with the people in the audience was very
staid and very sewagey, horrible, sort of insipid discussions that I was trying to have with the audience. And
oh, please, you talk about Stonewall and Marsha P. Johnson. Talk about gay rights history. It was amazing, though, because that was exactly what you were afraid of, and then it just started happening, I guess, because you've been thinking about it so much.
My stage persona was revolting.
Oh, I don't think so.
But the second night was much more comfortable, and we sang a lot of the new material. It was nice.
The second night was amazing. Completely amazing.
Dr. Julie did the Morse code, which was a huge hit.
Oh,
which is
absolutely.
You know, where she does the intro in Morse code on the beeper.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's so great.
Steve
Stapleton was raving about it from Nurse with Wound. He said he could sit there listening to Julia doing Morse code all night. She came out in the body painted in the American flag, naked, and delivered a 3-minute introduction in Morse code, and then left, flashing a BA over London on her accent. You know, because the back of her wasn't painted, so a big white bottom just sort of wobbled off. So all the English had just sat there in silence for the whole thing, and then their last moment is that big white bottom waddling off the stage. It was really good.